The Watership Down remake has arrived just in time for Christmas, and similar to the source material, there's a lot to unpack from the newly adapted TV miniseries. Throughout this video, I'll be breaking down everything that you need to know about the 4-episode series, as well as its ending. There will of course be heavy spoilers here, so if you don't want to know anything just yet, then I highly suggest that you turn off now. But for everyone else, I'm Deffinition, and welcome to the channel where I ruin it so you don't have to. Our story starts at a warren in Sandleford where we join a group of rabbits. Yes, rabbits. I know they look like hares, but it's clear that the BBC spent more on the cast budget than they did the animation. So look, let's just skip past that. Anyway, after one of the rabbits, named Fiver, has a premonition that humans are coming to build a housing estate on the area they live, they decide to leave. This doesn't sit too well with the elders of the warren, even though there's a massive sign that says they're building there. So Fiver, his brother Hazel, a larger rabbit named Bigwig, and a handful of others decide to leave in search of a new place to live. Eventually they come across a rabbit named Cowslip in the wild who invites them to join his warren. On the surface, this place looks like a paradise. Humans from a neighbouring farm bring food to the rabbits daily, and the area is well sheltered, but there's clearly just something wrong with the place. Fiver warns against living there, and he's soon proven right when we discover that the humans are in fact only feeding the rabbits to harvest them for their meat and skin. It's pretty terrifying, and the rabbits have turned into fearful creatures, almost inventing their own religion to give reasoning and purpose to their death, living by the mantra, a day less for one means a day more for everyone else. After Bigwig nearly dies after being trapped in a snare set by a farmer, the herd decides to continue to the down, and they stumble across the farm where we see some female rabbits trapped in cages. They finally reach the down, but quickly realise that their new home won't be able to thrive due to there being more males than female rabbits, which are referred to as does. A former survivor from their previous home, named Captain Holly, arrives heavily wounded and states that Fiver was indeed right, and that the housing estate pretty much killed the majority of the population, which ends part 1. Part 2, which is called The Raid, no, not after the movie, though it probably is a lot more gory, involves the rabbits trying to find does in different area codes. Did you see what I did there? Hazel, Fiver and Bigwig set off to the farm to free the trapped rabbits, and a bird with a broken wing crash lands at the down. Eventually they nurse it back to health, and when flying out it notices a group of rabbits off to the east that Captain Holly, Bluebell and Blackberry set off to find. Meanwhile at the farm, when trying to free the female rabbits, they are spotted by a farm cat which chases them away. Captain Holly and co arrive at the other warren, which is named Ephrophan. This is a totalitarian warren in which stronger rabbits rule over the weak, forcing them to work and being extremely vicious to those who refuse. The warren's leader, General Woundwar, is pretty much just Negan in a Bugs Bunny costume, and he threatens them, brands them and forces them to work in the prison. This warren is like George Orwell's 1984, and the rabbits that live there have surrendered their freedom in turn for protection from humans, but even that isn't guaranteed. Captain Holly takes the others and decides to make a break for it, and the rabbits end up almost dying after playing chicken with a train. Hazel decides to return to the farm under the cover of night, but discovers that the rabbit huts have been moved inside, so he goes into solid snake mode and breaks in to free them. Unfortunately, he's discovered after he sets them free, and they encounter the farmer's dog before the farmer chases them, shooting Hazel in the process. Hazel dies for a moment and is greeted by the black rabbit, which is the personification of death. The black rabbit informs him that he will be a great leader, which shocks him back to life and ends part 2. Episode 3, The Escape, centres around the rabbits of the down following Fiver's vision of his brother in order to save him. After one of the rabbits, named Clover, wanders around in what looks like Silent Hill for a while, she discovers him. However, she's soon caught by the rabbits from Ephrophan and is taken there. Bigwig infiltrates their ranks as an officer and informs the does that Watership plans to spring them. The rabbits try to escape, but this fails, and after suspicion arises around Bigwig, he is put in a position where he must kill one of the dissenting does to prove his authenticity. Bigwig refuses to and instead fights the other officers, springing the does free and regrouping with the other rabbits. Unfortunately, they're met by Woundwart's forces in the rain, so you know it's epic. Kihar, aka Steven Seagull, busts in and disperses them pretty quickly, which buys the rabbits time to return to escape to the down, where they flourish for a while until Ephrophan's forces track them down. They lay siege to Watership and attack, killing several rabbits in the process. Man, I thought this was meant to be a kids movie. Anyway, all looks lost until Professor X, with some help from Fiverr, travels to the farm to free the farmer's dog to lead it back to Watership. In the meantime, Bigwig provides a distraction and battles Woundwort head to head. Hazel arrives with the dog and Woundwort refuses to back down, leaping at the dog, stating that he fears no dog. We never get confirmation of his death in either movie or the book, and in that some of his followers even believe that he still exists. In the source material, rabbits would tell their kittens that if they didn't do as they were told, he would come for them. So he's pretty much became the boogeyman of the rabbit world, which is something that I'm sure he would have always wanted. Anyway, Fiverr returns after being saved by a human girl, and the colony thrives once more as the seasons pass, with Mackenzie Crook doing an I saw her first reference that fans of The Office will love. Hazel rests by the river and reflects on everything that's happened before. He's proud that he and his brother built a new place for him and his friends, and Fiverr comes to the river to say goodbye to his brother after sensing that he will die soon. Hazel looks into the water and sees the reflection of the black rabbit, which comes to greet him and states that she wants him to join her most privileged subjects. Hazel accepts this honour, safe in the knowledge that the rabbits will live on, and he becomes a legend that is recounted to the children of the Down for generations to come. And I promise I'm not crying, there's just something stuck in my throat. To me, the main message to take from Watership Down is humankind's effects on the environment. There are clear symbols of how each warren has been affected in different ways due to man's damage to nature. Sandleford slowly is polluted, and though it is a Greenland, items like a trash can lid highlight the opening of garbage into the environment. The area that Cowslip lives in seems like a paradise due to the surroundings, but this farmland is actually cultivated by farmers in all forms. Much in the same way that they plant seeds in order to reap what they sow, they are too fattening up the rabbits so they can use them for other means. Efrafan is set in an industrial area, and this too clearly has had an effect on the wildlife, which have regressed into rabbits that live in the darkness, and their personalities have become twisted because of this. It highlights that we must be mindful of our actions on the environment, as they have dire consequences that we should perhaps be more thoughtful towards. So, what did you take from Watership Down? Did you enjoy the film, and what did you think of the animation and style? Comment below and let me know, and if you enjoyed this video then please like it and check out my breakdown of this week's other big Netflix release, Bird Box, which will be linked at the end. This is a channel for people who are never missing television, so if that's the kind of thing you like, you need to subscribe to Deffinition. Thanks again for taking the time to watch this, you've been the best, and I'll see you next time. Take care, peace.